Hey guys, CreamCrazy here, and well, you may be wondering at this moment in time, why am I doing a video 35 minutes after SmackDown is over, here on a Saturday morning? You might be wondering, what the hell am I doing here? Is CreamCrazy finally coming back to do a SmackDown review? No, I'm not doing that. You see, because I have a very busy and cluttered weekend, I've got a family dinner on Sunday, going up to Norfolk to see my mum. I've just been transferred to another psychiatric hospital facility. I'm spending most of tomorrow doing that. And also got to put in some revision as well. I realised I'm better off doing my rant now. Sunday's rant is coming days early. You may all say this is a present for all of you after the valued support I've been getting over the WrestleMania weekend and the huge amount of views I've recently got. This is like a little thank you present for you guys. Semi-right, but at the same time this is just scheduling convenience here. Hope you don't mind it. Sorry, I'm just trying to be a bit quieter. I don't want to disturb anyone in the house at this time of night. No, I have to wake up early tomorrow to get to Norfolk. Anyway, this little video, guys, is something I was going to do, NJ, if you're watching this knowing, holy crap, this is not the video you told me you were going to do. This, I was originally going to do a look back on The Undertaker's career through my personal perspective. But I kind of had to change that. And I've changed it to something, well, funner, and something which will take far less time. This is British indie events versus WWE events. Now, I've been to a few WWE events in my time, mostly Raw and SmackDown tapings. In fact, fuck it, all of them have been Raw and SmackDown tapings. The British indie events I went to, Progress Wrestling's Chapter 1, the beginning, and Wrestle-Fest 2012. Or was it No, it's Wres-Fest. Keep getting it wrong. And I really thought, I need to make a video profiling the similarities and the differences between both facets of wrestling entertainment, because, ladies and gentlemen, there is a big difference. But I want to get through the similarities first. It's obvious that I need to do that right here, right now, and make it obvious to you. The similarities being that, one, there is no commentary, and that is a godsend, especially for WWE ones, because I don't want to hear Michael Cole blabbering on all the time. However, I could see the commentators for Wres-Fest, and I could see them thinking, wonder how excited they're going to get for the DVD or the WrestleCentral.tv's broadcast of this show. What are they going to do? What are they going to offer? And in fact, when I was at the Progress show, I thought to myself, the guy who owns the Fed is going to do the commentary along with the other co-owner. This could be interesting. He's already seen our reactions and has laughed his arse off at them. So, you know, it could be something special. I have no clue. Then again, basically, without commentary, it's a lot easier for you to do what the hell you want to do, and that's fun. It's one thing I've always said is fantastic about the live experience. If you don't believe me, go to a live show, because if you can't, I've said this a multitude of times, if you cannot enjoy the show without commentators, what are you being called a true wrestling fan for? Just putting it out there, guys, like I always do. Second, in fact, talking about wrestling fans, you are among wrestling fans at any show. Any show you go to. And that's one thing I love about it. You're in a place where you're with people. But I will say the one big difference between an indie show and a WWE show, one is more crazy than the other. To put this out there in more perspective, I put these in different categories. Like British indie events, the fans are mental. Progress Wrestling event, one of the craziest crowds I've ever been in. There was 250 people there, and basically, we were going fucking crazy, and we chanted so much shit at the wrestlers, it was fucking crazy. And if you guys are anywhere near the Highbury Islington Relentless Garage on June 24th for Progress's second show, please come along. I will be glad to meet any of you there, because I am going. In fact, I have the ticket right here. I'm not hanging it too much in the light, but I do have it, just to make sure. So anyone who is going, you know I'm going to be there. Nonetheless, the crowd at WWE events, I always find Some of them, like me, are going mental, and I've mentioned it loads of times before. Some of the others are bored off their asses, not really showing pleasure for what they're watching, and that makes me feel quite sad. So when you go to an indie event, I was quite surprised, not only just how into the product these fans were, but just generally how much enthusiasm they were showing. And it was fun, to say the least, and I was enjoying every single motherfucking minute of it. And it's all good. The third similarity is they all sell merch, and because merch is awesome, you gotta buy some. Too bad at the independent events I went to, I didn't have any money to buy merch. I didn't get any money out of my bank card, and I'm now realising, holy shit, that's a good thing I didn't, because I haven't got too much money left in the thing. So, basically, any other time I would have bought merch. I would have bought merch at any other time apart from that. So, basically, at any point, I would also say WWE's merch is fucking quality. Not gonna lie. Look at it. You look at the Punk t-shirt I was wearing, and I've had that for a couple of years now. If you can see me on the Wres-Fest documentary. Fuck, I'll link it in the description. You try and spot me, because I'm in my CM Punk t-shirt. You can see me plain and well. It is... The fact is, the merch, even after so many years of wearing, still looks pretty damn good. And, to be honest, it's still ridiculously good made quality. You don't get shit. Same with the t-shirts. When I was next to Colt, I was standing this far away from Colt Cabana at the Progress show. Merchandise was fucking quality as well. I could have bought some, but you know me, I could have just said I didn't have any money. But it's still good to know that this merch is fun stuff, and the people in front of me, the kid in front of me at the Progress show, bought so much merch, I was thinking, fuck, is this kid loaded or something? If you're out there and you're watching this, you know who you are. Just putting that out there. Now, I'm going to get towards the bad things. And I've already not bad things, but the differences between the two. Now, I've already mentioned the fans. The major issue is that at an independent show, you're at the front row. You are this far away from the ring, this far away from the wrestlers. And that is something great, because then you can just pat them on the back and basically, in some cases, chuck shit at them. Which, in case, does not happen, but it's just something funny you'd like to see. In fact, to show you how close I was in the second row at the Progress show, and I saw the kid in front of me, the kid I talked about who had a shitload of merch. He gave Colt Cabana a drink of water, and I thought, that's nice of him. Colt Cabana then spat it back in our faces. I was spat on by Colt Cabana. You don't get shit like that happening in WWE events, do you? You, in WWE events, are at least this far away from the ring. Okay, it's not to scale, but let's just say, I'm here. The WWE ring is basically out there somewhere. Basically, you don't know where my hand is, but you can see just as far as it's basically out there, but about, what, twice as far? It's still pretty far, and you don't get that same close atmosphere to it. And that's really, really annoying, because you're trying to immerse yourself in the product you're in, and you can't do that because the wrestlers are fucking nowhere to be seen. And it's just annoying. But not only that, guys doing a bloody suicide dive or stuff like that at WWE show, you're not even allowed to peer over the barricade because the security guard bloody keeps you back. Progress show, it landed on the first 2 rows, away from me in the second row, but they landed on a few guys and they were actually asking, you hurt mate, you fine? Because the guy had just been flattened by a guy who weighed roughly 240 pounds. So that's just a beauty, because also at the Progress show there were no barricades. The guy just had us to land on. I mean, sure, at Wres-Fest there was a barricade, which actually made one of the guys' landings pretty fucking sick, because it sounded like he hit his head pretty hard on the guard railings. And I feel being that close kind of does away with WWE's slogan of being your favourites so far, so live, and so close. Thinking, you're not really that close, are you? You try and get anywhere near them, security will just chuck you out of the place. At least here, you in an independent event, you get to do that. And that's fun, because you then get to be part of the action. And if you're not part of it, what the fuck are you doing being there? It's part of the action. It's part of something that you need to be part of, you know? And I feel it's fun that way. The other notion, and this is a big one, the price difference. Now, you know that WWE live events are worth a shitload to WWE. They want it to be a great money income bringer. Well, sometimes when I go to WWE events and actually watching them on TV even, it feels like sometimes you're paying a higher price for a lower quality product. And that we all can agree on. I bet some of you right now are shaking your heads like this, nodding it up and down, and you're saying, yeah, he's bloody right. The events in independent wrestling, at least, you can get decent quality, very good quality, for relatively little. I mean, I went to the Progress show for 10 quid. Fucking loved it. One of the best experiences of my life. And hell, Wres-Fest was free, because it was in Ada Great Ormond Street. But at the same time, it was free. So, our man's up there. The Progress show I'm going to in June, £13. Relatively just a bit more expensive, but fuck it. It still proves the value. In fact, guys, I'm going to announce this right here, right now. Because of the high quality matches on the show, I'm going to be putting out a special award for the Wrestling Rant Awards at the end of the year. The best non-WWE match of the year. Because I've now said to myself, I've seen 2 great independent shows. I'm going to bloody well put one out as being the best match of the year that I've seen. Now, I know at one point during the year I'm going to be off to Falmouth and I won't be able to come back and watch more. But at the same time, it's something good to say, look, these events have given me some fantastic matches. And I hope to God I can just put them out in a good light, you know? Another thing that is very important, I must add, is that with the WWE event and indie events, with indie events, it's about the wrestling. Okay, sure, at Wres-Fest, there was a combination of an FWA angle between the agenda and the rebellion. I can't remember who the fucking good guys were from the FWA now, but I definitely remember the agenda because the guy, Graham Gordon, the guy with the bald head, had a Primark suit on and we kept egging him all night long. That was the only real storyline gimmicky thing that was done all night. Progress show, there wasn't even that. It was just pure wrestling with the knowing that one of them is going to leave the Progress champion by the end of the night. It was no story, no big giant show element. It was wrestling. It was pure fucking athleticism. And it was awesome. So guys, I say it again, go to the Progress Wrestling show. If the tickets have not sold out, get your tickets. In fact, go to Progress Wrestling's website. Down there in the description, go to it. It is awesome. And also, I feel that WWE events are mostly show. Because, look at the fucking Titantron. Look at how much lights and special effects and shit. The fact, Brit Wres-Fest, the production values were good in terms of lighting and the stage and everything. But when it came to the video screen, you could see they had iMovie loaded up, ready to press play, and it was really quite poor sometimes because they fucked up one of the entrances. But that's the rustic beauty of an indie show. You get some faults like that, but you go, it's an indie show, I don't really care about that. I can critique it, but it still happens and we don't have to worry. WWE does something like that, we rip it to shreds because we have high expectations of good quality production. And it's because of that show element, that theatrical pose that you get from a show that WWE puts on, that makes it so different. Because guys, if I was going to tell you right now, which one would I rather be at? An independent show, like Wres-Fest, like Progress Wrestling, or would I go to WWE events? Now, if I was the betting man, I'd go to both, because I'm a good wrestling fan and I want to support both, the conglomerate and the minnows in the local level who I need to give some shout out to. But also, I would go to the indie shows for a fantastic primeval experience. We're all there with the most basic instincts known to man at wrestling. You're shouting your fucking guts out and you're seeing a prime example of what great wrestling is. Then WWE show, you go there for the theatrics, you go there for the inflated egos, there's great, sometimes fantastic matches, and you go there to be immersed in it all, properly. Because sometimes the WWE show just has everything. Well, it has pyros for one, and most of the wrestlers you know off by heart. So, hey, it all works out. But I would actually only say WWE events over indie events in the case of a pay-per-view or WrestleMania, basically. Any of the pay-per-views, I would say WWE would win it, unless it's shit, obviously. But for an indie show, as an all-round experience, I would say go to it. Support your local Fed. Make sure you go out, whether it is in America, Japan, Mexico, the UK, wherever it is. If you can really call yourself, basically, if you say you're a wrestling fan, and you say, okay, I watch TNA and I watch WWE, I watch a bit of Ring of Honor, that's okay, isn't it? I feel you need to watch your own Fed locally, otherwise you kind of don't really grasp of just how big the sport really is. In my opinion, it kind of helps summing up your fandom, because going into WrestleMania weekend, I was a bit downhearted. I was a bit deflated still, because WrestleMania in the build-up hadn't really given me everything I wanted, and I wanted to hope these indie events would spur me on. And you know what? These British indie events, Wres-Fest and Progress Wrestling's Chapter 1, kind of helped me realise why I fucking love this in the first place. Whenever you are downhearted about WWE, whenever you are downhearted about your wrestling fandom, go to an indie show. You will fucking love it. Because seriously, I for the first time in ages, I wanted to watch Raw and SmackDown in the space of a week. Why? Because 1, the Wres-Fest got me in the spirit for wrestling. WrestleMania helped reinforce it. Then I had those 2 shows. I thought, yep, I'm going to watch them. That's exactly what I did. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that is what it's about. Reigniting your passion for what you love in this industry. And it's something which I would recommend to everybody. If you want to go, not say, oh look, indie shows are shit, they haven't got the production values, or these guys, okay, I'm going to take this word from my friend who didn't fucking show up to the event. You still owe me 12 quid. Just let me point that out to you. You owe me 12 quid and you missed out on an epic show. Here's what you said to me. You said to me on a comment when I congratulated Progress Wrestling for the great night. You said, these people are rubbish. They don't mean, basically you said, you don't mean shit. Cena is better than them. And I said, well look, it doesn't matter if he's in the WWE and main eventing WrestleMania. These guys are still talented workers. You then replied to me back saying, well, these guys get paid, Cena gets paid more than these guys get in a year when he's wrestling at WrestleMania, the biggest stage of them all, rather than wrestling in a shit shed down in London. And I find everything has to start somewhere, you know, Harry. And honestly, just saying, you cancelled your Facebook roughly a couple of days after I posted that comment. Now, I know this is not something I'd normally do, having a go at somebody who I've met once before, the Mick Foley thing. We had a great time, didn't we? I'm just saying, the indie shows are special. WWE shows are also special. And we have to kind of say, do what you can to support both. Support the conglomerate that got you into wrestling, and support it at grassroots levels where the next stars of the future could be just around your doorstep. You know that? That's a great feeling to have. And ladies and gentlemen, on that note, on that bombshell, as Jeremy Clarkson would often say, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for being part of this little rant on British indie events and WWE events. Hope you all enjoyed. You know what you can do. You can click on Progress Wrestling down there. Check out some of this stuff. You can also click on the video for that Wres-Fest documentary as well. Try and spot me. I'm in there a few times. You'll be able to recognise me. Hopefully, if you've seen me enough. You can also click Wrestling Rant. Click the page down there, like it on Facebook, search CreamCrazyWR on Skype, and ask me Q&A questions. I must apologise to those in advance who have asked me questions. I haven't had the chance to write them out yet. So, yeah, I'm going to go searching through my videos and messages to find these questions and then put them down. So you will not lose touch with me forgetting to answer your questions on the day, which would be very, very, very embarrassing for me. So, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope your football team wins. I hope everything is going well at the moment. And I hope that, maybe I might do a Raw reaction on Tuesday morning if I'm up doing it. I might do my In the News video Monday night if there's enough going on. And you know what? Where's my oyster this week? So guys, I've been Cream Crazy. You've been people watching. This has been my British indie events versus WWE events video. And I'll see you all next week. Cheers.